Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of 500 Miles this week. I'm your host and creator, Adam Relkin, joined by co-host Kevin Modesto. So we just got off of Richmond Raceway this weekend. We're actually as of recording, we're actually recording on a Sunday for the first time, with the race weekend being shorter than normal. But kind of wish we had more races on Saturdays. Would make things a bit easier for us, I would say.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, we were supposed to have a guest. We were supposed to have Jack Farmer join us. Unfortunately, texted about like an hour or two before recording that he was feeling a bit under the weather. We'll have you again soon. Hopefully, Jack get well soon.
It's disappointing that Jack couldn't make it, but hope he feels better. But I guess it's just be the two of us today.
Yeah, we're thinking about you, Jack. We'll definitely try to get you on in the future. So, uh, Richmond Raceway this weekend. I mean, it seemed like the vibes were pretty decent. I mean, we had a sold out crowd second year
What,
in a row. That
12th out of the year, something crazy like that? 11th, 12th, one of those?
It's the 11th sellout of the year.
That's really,
Grandstand
really good. We're,
sellout.
going- we're
Yeah.
probably going to trust that, the post-COVID record, which is, I'm happy about that.
I think it's around 14, 15,
That
something
sounds
around
right.
there.
I think it's 14.
I'll have to check again later, but
We're,
if we
we're on
cross that,
track,
that would be big.
and we're on track to it.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if only two of the next 12 races sell out.
Yeah, we'll see. So, the racing at Richmond, I thought it was a decent race. I know a lot of people on Twitter and such are saying otherwise, but I thought we had a bit of a decent race. I thought last year's race, though, was better. I mean, but I thought this one was still serviceable and decent. I mean, we
It
did
wasn't.
see guys. We did see guys make passes like on pace, not based on strategy, which is something that is good. I mean, but why don't I let you give your thoughts, Kevin?
Yeah, I thought it was a solid race. It wasn't a barn burner, but not every race is going to be. It was passing all around. You didn't really know who was going to win till the final couple of laps. You didn't know who was going to win. Best two
Yeah,
cars settled it out. You can't ask for anything out better than that.
I do wish that that Briscoe would have been around, able to get around Logano at the end there, but
Well, that
he
makes me want to
kind
bust
of
it up. I'm a big Joey fan.
well, yeah, you are, but he kind of used up his tires, and I feel like that Richmond is a bit too slow for dirty air to really ruin your race.
Yeah,
Like, so like I kind of feel like that Briscoe just used up his tires a bit more than we kind of thought, which kind of because he was losing ground on Logano towards the end. It's not like he washed up in dirty air there at the end. Like
he just
he had just used up his tires.
the two best cars all day settled. Didn't Joey was better.
Yeah, and we had seen like right before they came into pit road the last time that Logano was able to pass Briscoe on pace, not on strategy, which so like I wouldn't so like you definitely could make passes, which again, that's a good thing, but was it difficult to? Yeah, you could argue. It's just that,
But you
sometimes
couldn't. It wasn't like you couldn't.
yeah, it wasn't like you couldn't. This was nothing like Indianapolis where you literally could not. But I honestly didn't feel like that the 750 horsepower made much of a difference at Richmond compared to Iowa. I saw more of a difference at Iowa, in my opinion.
Yes, so did I.
But Richmond, I didn't really see much of a difference. I mean, like, I think it just has to do with the fact that it's a slower track to race on.
Yeah, like Richmond isn't historically a very exciting fact. We got a we got a old school Richmond race.
Well, the
From that
track is
perspective.
also called the action track, though. You got to think about that for a second. It is called
Yeah,
the action
good
track,
point.
but it just feels like at the same time that like more that strategy has played more of a role in recent years. And I'm saying this even before the next gen. Like even before the next gen, it felt like that Richmond had kind of gotten a bit stale. Like with the Gen 6, like I can't really name like many barn burners at Richmond with the Gen 6. I mean, I can name 2016. I mean, both those races were really good. I mean, 2016 is an underrated NASCAR season, by the way. I mean, 2014 was great. And I mean, so was 20, I think spring 2013, but like besides that, I can't really name many others off the top of my head. I know you didn't
I've
start.
mentioned some on the show before. I only 2021 was my first season, so I couldn't tell you much about Gen 6 Richmond, but I remember a bunch of races from my first year, and I don't really remember either Richmond race.
Yeah, and that was still with the Gen 6. So, I just think Richmond, like it's just that's just where Richmond has gone. I mean, even without the next gen. I mean, we'll talk about the truck race a little later too, but I didn't really see a lot of action there either. But why
Yeah.
don't we move into some results here? So,
How
first of
about Austin
all,
Sindrick? What a run! What a day for Sindrick.
oh, this was needed. And honestly, I'm gonna say it right now. I think that the current chase grid we have, the current top 16 in points, I think that stays the same through Daytona.
I agree. A,
Cindric,
unless a Shane or a Sindrick read out of two races and a Priest that's two top fives and maybe, but other than that, I
yeah,
think 16.
yeah, Cindric has pretty much that the run he had, this was one of his best runs of the year. He pretty much locked himself in to from he pretty much saved his chase hopes with that
Did
run.
I say one of his best races ever on the top level?
You could argue, but I mean, he has won at non-super speedways before. I mean, he won Gateway a few years
Yeah,
ago.
but I haven't watched every lap of every Austin City race since 2022, but I can't name a better non-drafting race he's had than this in Gateway.
Yeah, fair point. I mean, the Penske's show up on the flat tracks, and that's
And
what
Cindric
Joey
showed up
Logano
and beat
did
Blaney.
again. Now, I feel like let's get this question out of the way with because that is the title of this episode. Is even year Joey real again?
I'm gonna say no
Why don't you explain why?
because he's Penske always shows up on these short flat tracks, and Joey as better showed up, but half the chase is intermediates, and Joey hasn't really been great on those this year. So unless he has to step it up, I don't think right now he's ninth in points. I don't think he's a title contender this year. He could stay top 10, but I don't think he even knows in the Homestead mathematically in it. I say this
Yeah,
and he wins the
so
title.
yeah, I kind of have that same feeling too. I am not ready to say that Joey is going to win the title. I could see him maybe sneaking into the top five though in points, potentially.
Ooh, explain.
I could see that, but I am not ready to say he's the title favorite, not even
Nowhere
close.
near. I don't know if I'd put him in my top seven title
And
favorites.
again, the issue is that there's only really about two or three tracks that are favorable to him in the chase, which
And that's
are
Phoenix, Martinsville, or
Gateway and
Gateway, good point.
Phoenix. And I guess you could say Martinsville too, but
And
considering that,
Talladega
but
if he finishes for once.
yeah, but I don't know how I feel about that one. I think with Joey though, the issue is also just that New Hampshire is not in the chase this year. If New Hampshire was in the chase, which we're going to next week, I would have him more favorable to win this
Yeah,
title.
replace one of those intermediates with a Richmond or New Hampshire. I think that would have helped him, but as I don't with how the chase lines up this year and his intermediate speed, I don't think he's a title contender this
Yeah.
year.
If a Ford is going to be a title contender, I'm going to give it to Blaney still.
Me too.
And plus, Blaney is better at Martinsville than Logano. I mean, Logano, yes, he can run good at Martinsville, but Blaney has consistently been much better there than Logano has. And I mean, Blaney is good at all these other tracks that Logano is also good at. Like he's good at
Blaney
Gateway, he's good
can
at
win
Phoenix.
in
He
Phoenix.
won Phoenix last year in the fall, and he won Phoenix in the spring this year. Like,
He's a back-to-back winner.
yeah, I'm still more favorable to Blaney winning it all
I mean,
if a Ford is
I
going to.
I would take all four dibs tars. I would take Reddit and then maybe not Reddit. I would take those five Toyotas. I would take Blaney. I would maybe take Elliott before I take Logano.
And I feel like that we also got to keep in mind that Logano is not the only driver who's had a late season resurgence, like Chase Briscoe, for example,
He's been
and also
amazing.
Christopher Bell. Like, so like Logano's not the only one that's having this resurgence that's making everyone panic that it's even year Joey.
Yeah, I
Because
would take either Bristow or Bell over Joey.
yeah, and by the way, Chase Briscoe, who finished second, actually has clinched a spot in the chase. So yeah, like again, like I still feel like we're overlooking some of the other resurgences amongst guys like Chase Briscoe
Dare I
as
say
well.
right now, Bristow's my title pick.
Really?
He
I'm
was he was
thinking,
he was probably the best driver throughout the final like 2/3 of last season, and he's hot right now. So I think Bristow is the title favorite going into the chase. He's my pick right now.
I'm thinking either Hamlin or Blaney, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think they're mathematically and literally the favorites, but I feel like we get not odd, but I don't think the favorite wins the title this year. Because of how the chase is. It's gonna be who's hot then, and Bristow's very hot right now.
Yeah, we'll see. So we can go through some more of the results here. There's some other runs I really want to talk about, like
Barry,
Josh
what about
Berry.
Barry?
Josh Berry, and I mean, I know we've talked about this multiple times. He is showing he belongs in Cup still.
Yeah, and from I don't know if you know anything, but I have not heard anything about a potential ride for him next year. Not in Top, not O'Reilly, not Trotz. I don't, and he deserves to be either in a Cup car or in a really, really good O'Reilly and Trot ride. What do you think? Have you heard anything?
He should be like 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 I know FRM just ruled him out. I mean, we'll talk about that later, but I, and I don't see him going to RCR either. But the only ride he really could take is the 10. But like that really depends on if Dodge comes up next year. Like, do they want to take him if they come up, or do they want to go in-house? So like, it's getting very tight for Barry. That's really the only ride I
Yeah,
think he really could get.
and like he just my thing with him is just he's a good driver. He has his speed. He just wrecks so much.
Yeah.
And I don't see a first year Dodge program going for a driver like that.
Well, we'll see. Hendrick Motorsports also, amidst all
They're
their
back.
struggles as of late, they did manage to get all four of their cars in the top 10, something they have not done since early last year.
And always nice to see Bowman in the top 10. Elliott
Yeah.
needed it, Byron needed it, and National Nationals winner Tyler Lawson got one too.
Yep. Yep. And that was kind of funny that like 10,000 people were tracking his flight.
Yeah, that was crazy to see. And
Yeah,
hey,
I'm like,
he did the double.
they put it on the Jumbotron there at
Oh, they
Knoxville.
did? They did?
Yeah. Yeah, they
That's
did.
incredible. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
and I went to bed before the Knoxville National because I was like, I'm not staying up for that. And I wake up this morning and I see he's won it, and I'm like, oh my God.
I'm not
Like,
surprised.
I mean, there was not a path to him running this until the Knoxville Nationals started to have a rain out.
Yeah, he needed a with cup race and a rain out to happen, and he got them both. Did you see him sprinting out of his car? Did
Yes.
you see that video?
Yeah, he was sprinting. That was true.
Pun
All right.
unintended, but I'm proud of myself for that one.
Yeah. We also had some decent runs out of the Trackhouse camp. I mean, Chastain is really I feel like Chastain is really starting to run where we would expect him to, which is a good
Yeah,
thing.
if we see a change, if we see a change in the chase, I think it's between the Track House teammates.
Ross and SVG.
Yeah, I think any chase swap would be between those two. Because Chastain's been really, really good recently. But Shane was so good at New Hampshire last year, and he's been good on the short tracks. Chastain might need to win Daytona, and he could.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's won Talladega before, so he could. Uh but yeah, we go through the rest of the results here. I'm gonna play a little I'm gonna steal something from DBC here. Noah Gragson, who finished 18th, spot on or spot off on if he's on staying in the four next year.
I don't know what that means. I don't really watch DBC.
Spot on means you agree, spot off means you disagree.
I'm gonna be honest, spot off.
Why?
It's one of those weird moves where I don't really like it for either party because the I know Eric have talked about this in great detail on his show, but Gragson and front row has not been a really good combination at all since he joined. Like he hasn't like Gragson is better than the 30th best top driver, and he's been at best the 30th best top driver at front row. And front row is better than a 30th place team, and they've been that with Gragson.
Yeah.
I would have
I
I bet he brings money, I bet he's been good now. But I would have put Lane Raids in the four if I owned the team.
and I did
What do you
see
think?
general manager Jerry Freeze did say they could still have Lane run some cup races next year in a fourth part-time car. I mean, Lane does have some sponsorship tied to him, so I imagine it's not impossible. Like
Like
I could see him.
this kind of as an I don't know anything, but this really feels like they're taking one more year of Gragson's money and then Rachel at the right time, like what 2311 is doing with Herbst and Heim this year. That's kind of what this feels like.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm not a fan of the move either. I mean, I feel like that Riggs is kind of in that position where he's ready, but if but they are also giving him options. Like they're giving him an option year or two for the four, depending on how he does. If he doesn't do good, they're not going to use it. But if he somehow manages to do better, like they would exercise it and allow him to return. But he's going to have to really step it up next year
Yeah.
if
I
like
wish he not I would have liked to see Noah in the 33 then Raids in the 4. That's what was hoping would happen.
but Todd Gilliland also is going to have to step it up because his he's on a 1 year deal, and Zane also his multi-year deal expires next year. So that's going to be interesting to see what ends up happening with the front row camp come next year. But
I
for now,
definitely think Lane's one of their drivers next year. I'm whether that's in the 38 replacing Zane, who's moving up, or Todd falls out of Cup or no falls out of Cup. We'll see this time next year.
yeah, it's just that we'll have to see who that ends up being. I've been very disappointed with RFK's results as
Me
of late.
too. It's been a rough few weeks.
And we thought that the short tracks were going to be where they were going to excel.
It
And
hasn't been like, especially pre-season Slouchy, they needed good races to have a shot at the chase, and now they're basically both out of it.
yeah, Chris Buescher is
And
still 10th in points,
somehow,
but I'm getting concerned.
I don't know your preseason predictions, but I had two RFK cars making the chase in my preseason, and that's probably not going to happen now.
There was a realistic scenario where all three of them made
Yeah,
it,
all three could have.
but now that's it just feels like Brad is kind of slumping to kind of where he was slumping last year. I mean,
And
maybe not 34th in points level slumping, but it just hasn't been good.
your Brad's had a rough few weeks.
Yeah. But yeah, we keep going through the results. I was disappointed with Bubba. I said
Me
it last
too.
week on the show. He was going to be a contender to win.
He was not, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you predicted Austin Dillon to win, and
He did
yeah,
not do
that
very well.
that didn't age well. Uh,
19th place, he finished.
yep, that did not age well.
Alton
So
Hill
we could,
23rd is not bad.
yeah. Also, Riley Herbst's results have started to disappoint me again because I thought he was starting to turn things around, but the last few races he's been running where he was last year again.
And that's unfortunate.
I'm getting a bit disappointed because he was actually starting to turn things around and now it's gone backwards. Uh and the Connor Zilish, I mean, he was on track to maybe contend for another top 10 or top 15, but I know he
It
got a
was,
penalty, but he didn't finish last, but
it
25th
was
is not
no,
good.
25th not great, but could have been a lot worse. That's what Jones
Yeah,
make that
and
just reading through the. And there's nothing
yeah,
else really notable. Oh,
from the
Hocevar,
oh,
second bad run in a row, and then at the worst
yeah,
time possible.
I am also getting concerned about Spire Motorsports' performance as well.
Yeah, they have not been great since the All Star break. They haven't been great.
Yeah, I am getting
Or
very
not
con
separate since off week.
oh, the off week. Like Suarez, I mean, I know he did finish like 16th, but like I feel like he's really been running where everyone expected him to going into this year now. Like he's fallen to 13th in points.
And
Like
then he'll probably make the chase, but
I
what
mean, he
did
will make the chase, but he will make the chase, but he's not he could be last by the time the end of the season comes around.
and that wouldn't be that'd be disappointing with how his
Yeah.
first half of the regular season was.
Yeah, and I mean I go through all the standings here. I mean, but yeah, if I go through the standings, I mean Blaney has actually moved up to second in points now. Elliott is up to sixth. Larson actually moves back up to eighth. Logano goes up to ninth. And about Carson Hocevar, he has fallen
He's
to 11th.
that is crazy. He was fifth in points 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he was fifth in points. Now he's down to 11th. Like, Spire needs to turn things around quickly.
Desperately.
And William Byron has also fallen to 12th. Like, this year has been not
It's
good
been
for
a
him
bad year for
either.
Byron.
Yeah, it has been. But yeah, I mean, going through some more of the standings, like, it's just some of these guys are not having the years that they had been having because a lot of guys have fallen off while Joey Logano in one race moved up 4 spots in the standings.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, I thought this was a decent race. As I said, I mean, you could make passes. I mean, I don't know if they ever implemented whatever short track package they tested at North Wilkesboro in January this year, but I would like to see them try that next year if they did not implement that, because I think you would be able to get some more passing and make it harder to aero block. So I want to see that come into play, but still a decent race. Just wish that Briscoe could have been able to get around Logano at the end there because again, like you could pass, it's just that you could still aero block. All
Yeah,
right.
the OL Balding was frustrating, but it's always nice to see my favorite driver get a win.
Yeah. But again, I mean, I still don't know if I'm ready to talk about even year Joey yet.
I'm not, even as a Joy fan, I'm not.
All right. Let's move on to the truck race.
It
To be honest, this one felt a bit more
wasn't great.
boring,
It
felt
wasn't a
more
great
boring than
thing.
the cup race.
And Honey Tut dominated great for him, but it
Yeah,
wasn't great.
this was a run that he really needed
And
because
now he'll enter New Hampshire mathematically in it for the 1 seed.
yeah, he was able to prevent Lane Riggs from clinching the top seed for the chase.
Like the only thing I didn't think of that happened during the race is when there was a toss in for Stuart Friesen, and that killed his. He entered a 2 point stood to the dude. He's now like 20 points out.
Yeah, but there are definitely some things we can mention in terms of good runs, like Shane Van Gisbergen. He ran 650 laps yesterday as of recording this.
Yeah, fourth place is great for Shane. Entering our top five, Garcia sixth, both very much needed runs.
Yeah, Grant Enfinger, I'm really glad that he started to turn things around this year.
And like,
After,
he's had a strong summer surge.
yeah, I'm really glad. And I mean, Eckes again is showing where we would expect him to run. I mean, that was a good run for him. I mean,
Smith
Garcia
seventh,
had a good
a
run.
little disappointing.
Chandler Smith.
Yeah, Smith seventh, a little disappointing. And how about Tristan McKee in eighth place, 16 years old?
Yeah, he's his first ever truck race top 10. He's going to be one to watch. I mean, I think there's a legitimate chance he could win a race by the end of this year in trucks.
That's bold. That's a very bold prediction. I like that.
I'm not saying he's going to. He has a chance.
I don't know about
Like,
this
I
year.
think,
I think next year he wins one.
yeah. But yeah, we go through some more results here. Nick Lights who finished 12th, had a good run. Uh, he had a good run
That
in
was
the one
just
truck for
it's
Tricon.
good to see him get a shot in top at Woodman, and
Yeah.
he's not letting the world on fire, but he's doing a lot better than some of the guys that get shots in top at Woodman do.
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of Virginia boys in this race. I mean, And by the way, another shout out to Parker Eatman because he qualified sixth. Like this kid has talent.
He has it down. I know you said you heard through the grapevine he'll be full time next year.
Yeah, potentially.
I'd like
And
to see that if it happens.
there was another driver that we thought that could also have ran the 650 laps. Christopher Bell. He ultimately had a conflict that prevented him from running the truck race.
And we saw Honeyman in the trot. I'm a Honeyman believer. It's
Yeah,
he
Leland.
shouldn't he shouldn't be
Yeah,
without a ride, and he kind of showed he 17th place isn't incredible, but he did not practice, did not qualify. Has he raced Richmond before?
I think he has an O'Reilly. I could be wrong. But
17th place is a solid showing
time
for him.
what on earth was Ty Majeski doing with
I
that
don't
block?
know. That was ridiculous. He's lucky that he didn't get wrecked for that.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
That's something that's I would have expected that from Mickey, not from him.
Yeah, and like Majeski's a veteran of trucks. Like is I think his fourth or fifth full-time year in trucks. I think.
He's a short track legend, and he's doing that.
Like come on.
I wasn't happy with that.
I also have a lot of issues with the colleague Ram
Yeah, they
trucks
had a disappointing. What a disappointing day. Queen 20th or Joy
because
21st. Justin Haley in that newly built Ram 27th.
the first one, I'm like, I thought that truck was going to be maybe top 15 or top 10, but
Yeah,
instead
I was
finishes
hoping top 10.
27th.
And
Like,
he got beat by Queen and LaJoy. He got beat by David Lemke too in the Ram truck. He's been
yeah,
surprisingly impressive.
Lemke, like say what you want, but he's had some good runs. Like he's
Yeah,
got some
I
talent.
remember in the media center, we were when that whole Deto thing happened at Delva. I remember you were telling me that Lemke's actually pretty good, and I didn't even know who he was. And you were like,
Yeah, he's got talent. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I was also disappointed with Connor Hall's run
me too. I thought he was in another top 10, but
he's
Nice,
like one of the
Nice as a whole wasn't great today. Oh, yeah,
yeah,
yesterday.
Nice was struggling, and
Nice had an off day.
I was really disappointed with Elliott Sadler, but I know he said he was just doing this for fun, which I totally understand.
Would have
I
liked to see
mean,
him do better, but he hasn't raced in so many years, and Ram's been slow, so 37 kind of about what I expected.
his last NASCAR race was in 2019 in O'Reilly, but yeah, just I know Hermie was doing the broadcast as well as part of the deal. I'd love to see Hermie jump in a truck too, but I'm not really sure if that's gonna happen.
And then I got Colin Braun in the truck for New Hampshire.
Oh yeah,
That
that
was
I know
I
he's
don't
run in that truck a few times this year, but
I don't know a ton about Colin, but I don't think of him as an oval guy.
he's running the truck a few times this year, but he but this one felt like a surprise because he's more of a road ringer. I mean, he's
Yeah, like
full
I
time at IMSA and a champion there. But you know what? Why
why
not?
not?
I mean, he last ran a race at New Hampshire in 2010 in O'Reilly.
So he's been to the track before.
Yeah, it's just that not in 16 years.
And unfortunately, three drivers had to miss this race. Caleb Costner, Justin Towell, and Casey Klein all ended up failing to make the show.
Yeah, yeah, that was a shame for all those guys.
You always hate to
And
see someone
then
go home.
yeah, and also Destiny Spurlock. I was a bit upset with her struggling because
Me too.
she's great. I hope she gets another shot, but just wasn't a lot of speed coming out of her. My understanding though is that that was an MBM truck, just with Rayome helping for owner points purposes.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear anything about that. But you
That's
have
that
more connections than I do.
that's my understanding at least. But I do wish I saw more speed out of her because she's a great driver. All
Me
right.
too.
Uh, there wasn't really any other racing that happened this weekend, I think, that really was of note. But there were some moments in the there were some moments leading up to the truck race that were interesting.
Oh, I wasn't there, but I heard about it. I really heard about it.
The the
Didn't some fan like climb into the grandstands
Yes,
of the
yes, there
flag
was a
center
fan.
basically like
There
that?
was. there was a fan that climbed into the grandstands.
No,
Not the
the flag stand.
grandstands, the flag stand, excuse me.
And didn't that have to like
And
bring out a safety vehicle to get him out?
yes, yes, they did.
That's incredible.
It's absolutely hilarious though at the same time. But I mean, shades of 2014 when a fan brought out a caution for climbing the fence.
Shades of Tornado when someone climbed up the fence to had a tweet.
Yep. Put it out. Turn four. I have a spectator climbing the fence. I don't know
That's
why
great.
I can memorize I don't know why I can memorize Hoots' voice from that. But yeah, it was there was also they also Denny Hamlin's daughter also did the national anthem.
That was cool to see.
Yeah, she did pretty good.
And I
All
heard it
right.
was like a total disaster. And I saw a tweet from Tim Moore, who we both met in the media center at Delvo, that they like fully lost power and the generator was on fire or something like that. Did you see that?
Yeah, that I didn't expect to see that happen either.
Neither. I'm happy we weren't covering that race.
Yeah, I'm happy we weren't either because that would not have been fun. All right. Why don't we move on to we could do why don't we move on to New Hampshire this week?
And we got about 7 minutes before we gotta do the intermission. You want to do wind pits now and then do the intermission?
Why don't we preview before we come
Okay.
back for that? So we obviously do not have any entry lists because we're
It's
recording on
Sunday.
Sunday. The entry lists normally drop on Monday, but there are some entries that I know for sure will be interesting to see. Uh, I don't expect any open cars in the cup race, but in the truck race, I think you'll see there's a chance maybe we could see a D&Q. I know Parker Eatman is coming back again for another one.
Always
Uh
cool to see him.
yeah, I think Mosak is back in the seven.
And I know McTee's in the 77 again.
Yeah, Tris McKee will be in the 77. Uh don't know what Rayome is going to be doing, but outside of Frankie, but I know again we touched on Colin Brown. I did see but yeah, Bell is gonna run the 62 this week. Considering how good he is at New Hampshire, that's gonna scare a lot of people. Uh, but Hallmar is bringing out the 72, a third truck for the
This
first
is
ever
their first
time.
time. Yeah, this is the first time since we for Michael
And
Christopher Jr.
and by the way, that is one of the greatest tributes I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was I hope that is a die cast.
Yeah, it's a tribute to his uncle Ted Christopher, legend who we sadly lost in 2017. It's an
That's a cool.
amazing tribute.
I'm rooting for the Hallmark team, any of them to win.
Yeah, I'm just very glad that they're doing that because it is it's a very special scheme. Uh, I'm not sure who Tricon has for their
I know Nemecek's in the
oh
five,
oh yeah, Nemechek is in the five. That's right.
and actually, it's
I
then
don't think
I'm
they've
guessing either Bushell or Likes for the one. I don't know for sure.
yeah. And then Costner is bringing DL Wilson again, Texas lawman. Uh, he'll be the oldest driver in the race. With he'll be 61. Uh,
Wow,
so that's going to be a lot of fun to see DL running. Texas, former sheriff, I believe, as well in Texas. Really cool backstory out of him. I believe Massey is also coming back for McAnally.
yeah, that I don't know that.
Yeah, I'm not sure though if I don't think Nice is running the four again, but oh yeah, the 27 is also running with Tony again. Yeah, Bono Mannion also mentioned that the 71 is going to run this week.
But who? I wonder who they'd be running with. Shane again, maybe.
Probably a cup guy, but I don't know if it would be Shane. But yeah,
Yeah, let me know soon.
that's gonna definitely be interesting to watch. But I don't really know about any other truck entries. Maybe
Yeah,
we have a DNQ or two, but we'll see exactly what
and
ends up
I
coming
I
out of
kind of want
that.
to talk about the points battle.
Oh yeah, I missed that because that's going to be a lot of fun.
Mathematically, there's 9 drivers in the hunt, but realistically, Hemrick plus 35, Ankrum plus 20, Friesen minus 20, Garcia minus 21 is gonna be the battle for the
Yeah,
chase.
so
Who do
yeah,
you,
so
who do you have?
so right now, if we look at it, I mean Majeski is now locked in to Grant Enfinger I think pretty much is a safe bet.
Infinite and
Then
Rhodes are in.
Rhodes is in, Hemrick is in, but
Should be
if
in.
he wrecks out early, that could be interesting.
But he's
Ankrum
done.
is back in. Uh, there's also Stuart, but yeah, Stuart Friesen is now out. Garcia is also looking outside. Butterbean is 13th,
He's
but
in it mathematically, but
I'm surprised that Butterbean is that high in
me
points.
too. He's had a
But
really good season. I wasn't a Butterbean believer going into the season, but I've been proven wrong this year.
but yeah, but yeah, but yeah, you got Andres around there as well.
But Andres,
I
Perez, Gray, and
personally
Haley
think
are in it
I think
mathematically.
in I think in my opinion, it's down to Ankrum, Friesen, and Garcia. Which
I think
one?
so
I
too.
don't know.
I want Friesen, but I think Adam holds on.
I kind of can see that path as well, but
And
again, it's
also
just going to depend.
the owner's chase battle is pretty
Oh yeah,
solid.
the owner's chase. One of the Spire trucks I know just locked in.
The 77s plus 17s plus 69, 45s plus 56, 77s plus 41, 88 is plus 21, 62 with Bell is minus 21, so I'm guessing they'll make it. CR7's out by 32. Rhodes is flat out by 44, and the 5 and the 19 are mathematically in it, but I don't think they make it.
Yeah,
Oh, man,
yeah,
Force Sport could miss the owner's chase.
yeah. They could have literally zero of their trucks in
That
the
would
owner's
that would
chase.
be that would be a storyline.
Yeah, that absolutely would be. I am kind of surprised that we would even be at this point. And look at it, Majeski, he is sixth in points. Like you would think that
And he's
that truck would be
waxing out
in.
in the owners because there's so many of those rotational entries this year.
Yeah, like so we're definitely going to be watching that battle this weekend, but we're going to take a short break here and then we'll come back preview ARCA on the dirt at Springfield and also make some win picks. So we'll see you guys in just a short little bit. All right, and we're back after the very short break. So again, with us leaving off with the trucks point standings, there's also another race that I think would be important to maybe get into, and that is ARCA at Springfield for the first of two dirt races. We don't, I don't really know about many of the entrants, and we probably are not going to be able to make win picks because the dirt races are very difficult to predict because you're not really able to predict the winners for that until you get the entry lists. So there are still, I believe, going to be some interesting entrants throughout that race this week. I know I did see a guy that I've known from Missouri, Trenton Masters, who usually runs regularly at I-44, is going to run for Wayne Peterson. So that's going to be a lot of fun. He's a great guy. Kelly Kovsky, I know, is coming back again for the two dirt races. He usually runs the two dirt races.
Those have
So
seen.
that yeah, it'll be good to see him. I'm not sure if Sean Cord is going to be coming back for dirt. I know Chase Howard is running for Rise this week. He's a great kid from Mississippi. I know Laster will be in the 83 again. Uh, but yeah, I don't really know about who all the entries are really going to be. I think Dale Shear is coming back. Again, I just can't really talk much about the dirt races just because I don't really know who's going to be running
Like there's
until.
there's some stuff we can talk about. For the first time in a few weeks, Bowman gained a badge on Annunziata in the title battle, and Bowman will have a 7 point lead heading into Illinois. I know Annunziata's a road winner. Is Bowman a dirt guy? Have either of them ever raced dirt before?
That I actually don't know.
So that could. one of them having a really bad and one having a really really good day could be the difference between the title.
It could be. I think Carson Brown is running the dirt races as well, so that's going to be interesting to
And
watch
I'm
for.
presumably Reeves in the 18.
Yeah, he'll be in the 18.
I'll I'll take Reeves
So, yeah.
to win.
Well, I'm not going to make any picks until we have the entry
Yeah,
lists.
I'll amend my pick after the entry list is out, but right now I'm feeling Reeves.
Yeah. I'm also thinking that I might want to let the guy that we were supposed to have join us today make picks too for this week's post.
Yes, he definitely should.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him I'm gonna let Jack make picks as well. But I'm thinking I'm thinking this week I'm gonna start with
I'm gonna
Cup
go bold. I'm gonna go bold.
for Cup.
No, I'm gonna be very, very bold. I'm taking Bell in the truck race.
That's not really that bold.
It's pretty bold. I mean, he only has 5 New Hampshire wins and 6 lower series starts. He did finish second once.
Okay, I'm gonna need a moment to think for
Okay.
trucks because again, we don't really have an entry list, obviously. But yeah, I'm trying to think about who ran good in last year's truck race at New Hampshire. I'm trying to think more towards that. I mean, if I go into like some of the results, I mean, of course Corey Heim dominated and like that was a given. But I think I'm gonna based on kind of the results from last year with Heim not being in the field as far as we know, I'm gonna go Chandler Smith.
Good pick.
Yeah, I could see Chandler Smith and again, Chandler Smith has been very good on these flat tracks. I mean, he won North Wilkesboro by a really big margin.
Yeah, it was
So,
like a record-breaking dominant win he had.
yeah, so that'll be something to definitely keep an eye on. And why don't we go to Cup predictions now?
Yeah, I picked Flux first, so I'll do pick up first.
All right. So, I know Christopher Bell is like a god at New Hampshire, but I don't know if I'm ready to pick him another week in a row. Like, there's a lot of guys that I know are usually really good at New Hampshire. Like, do I want to go a Penske guy? Do I want to go with a Toyota? Like this one is going to be interesting because Penske, it was basically a playground for them last year. But if I go through like some of the results, I mean, Ryan Blaney and Joey Logano basically dominated last year. But there was also Josh Berry who came up towards the end. Ooh. This one, I don't know if I want to do this because I mean it would be kind of a repeat winner, but I'm gonna go Joey Logano. I think he's gonna win his third race of
Ooh.
the year. Yeah, I'm gonna predict Joey Logano.
Well, I'm gonna stay in house, but I'm gonna actually be a little bold this time. Give me Barry.
I could actually see it. I mean, he finished second last
And
year.
he's hot as anything right now, and he finished second here last year. I think Barry wins it.
That would be very great if he could win. All right. So, so yeah, I mean, I think that New Hampshire, like Richmond, I would say has been better than the Gen 6 with the next gen. So I could definitely see a similar race to last year, which I thought was pretty good.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, and I think now would be a good time to move on to some storylines because there's some interesting ones that I think we could cover.
Yeah. Speaking
So
of though, they're the All-Star race again, and O'Reilly's coming this year.
yep, O'Reilly is going to North Wilkesboro. I know I am disappointed that it's going to be the All-Star race again. I feel like North Wilkesboro deserves to be a points race, but it just seems like that this was where things had to settle because
Yes,
the other options included New Hampshire, which that would
that
have
would have
been
been
really bad.
awful.
That would have been worse than Dover, I think.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, and thankfully Dover is bad on the points.
Yeah,
So ridiculous.
thank God Dover is a points race again. Hallelujah.
Who thought that was a good idea?
I don't know.
Like,
But another topic that I had written down about Richmond from this weekend was, is it time to repave Richmond?
I don't think you do it yet.
Because I've started to see some drivers, like I saw Corey LaJoy actually say something that it might be time to repave it. I mean, I've seen some other people say it. Like the main consensus that people have brought up is that the cars are going too slow at Richmond with the old I mean, the racing is good, but for the most part, but they're going too slow around the track with how old the surface is. And the last time Richmond was repaved was 2004. The surface is that old.
Wow. I think you give it another year, maybe two, but I don't think we'll fall off of you, Pave.
Yeah, it's just that I feel like that the cars would fly around Richmond with a repave. Like they would be going really fast, which I think which could make the racing better. Would it hurt the tire wear? Probably, maybe, but I think though it might be needed to boost up the speeds around the track.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, there's also a bunch of other scheduled dates announced. The biggest one that upsets me is Rockingham is gone.
Yeah, that was a tough read.
Yeah, and O'Reilly, Trucks, Arca East, they are all not returning there, which again, that's very upsetting because
I
I
was
love
upset.
Rockingham.
I love the races. They were great.
Yeah, but again, it should be noted that Track Enterprises did say that they are still going to try to go back in the future. It's just that currently with the current ownership of the IHRA, with them having oh yeah, the guy who owns the IHRA is suing Elon Musk's companies, and they're suing
Yeah, I
his
saw that.
companies back. Yeah, they're suing each other over like payments and stuff. So like
That's always
th-
nice. One
that's kind
asterisk.
of that's kind of one of the reasons why IHRA is having some funding issues is because of stuff related to that. But I don't really know too much about it, but I feel like it's still just disappointing that Rockingham is in the middle of had to
Yeah,
be in the middle of
seeing them
this.
lose their place again is rough.
Yeah. And again, with the Dover getting its points race again, Cup and O'Reilly are going to be back. It will be 400 miles, so Kyle Larson, you're not getting 300 or 350.
I think Lawson probably tuned away when he heard that.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, the biggest disappointment though is that no trucks for Dover after only a
Yeah,
year.
I was sad to see that, but I don't mind Bush being the last ever Trud winner there. I'm not opposed to that being a stat we have.
Yeah, I could maybe see. I don't, and I know that the announcement regarding races there only included O'Reilly and Cup,
I
and
could see Arca coming back.
it might be Saturday, Sunday, but we could see Arca come back, Arca East, like we could see them return, like which I wouldn't be opposed to because they Arca put on good races at Dover, like those races were usually pretty good. Uh, and then Richmond is opening the Chase. That's been announced, and O'Reilly is going back. No trucks next year, which is a bit
I,
disappointing.
I'm not terribly sad about that. I'll be honest, I'm not I'm not screaming to see more of the product we got this year.
Yeah, fair point, but it's just that me, who's biased in favor of the truck series, it I'm the one who's going to be disappointed. And it also has been announced that Gateway will be in August next year, about the third to
That feels a
last
little weird. I
race.
don't know. I don't know if I like that or not.
Yeah, third to last race before the Chase. And then we talked about Wilkesboro, Watkins Glen. That has not been announced yet, but
It's
with
probably
Richmond's
gonna be
official.
that second chase race.
Yeah, with the official announcement about Richmond and considering NASCAR said it's going to be in September, you could pretty much fill in the puzzle pieces
Yeah, and you,
there.
you need a road course in the chase. I'm happy they're making that move. I wish we got one more year of the Roval for that reason, personally, but we'll get a road course next year.
Yeah, that's true. And I want to ask this too, because this is a concern with Rockingham Gone that I'm starting to build. Could O'Reilly have zero standalone races in 2027?
Oh, that's I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I think O'Reilly goes to Lime Rock next year.
Instead of trucks?
Yeah,
Considering if they want to keep the Lime Rock weekend the same as when Atlanta is, they could do that. But that also is going to depend on just because trucks are doing Atlanta instead. I would be curious if they would bring O'Reilly to Lime Rock. Like I feel like that they would put on a good show,
I think it'd be better than the
but
truck races have been.
it could be, but at the same time, I do also have the concern that with how the O'Reilly field is now, that they would just wreck every lap.
Perhaps.
Yeah, and
I don't want to see zero O'Reilly standalone races.
yeah, I really do not want to see that at all.
But I could maybe see a Bowman Gray Easter race for one of the maybe an O'Reilly truck
Trucks.
Bowman Gray Easter. I know that they're talking about trucks, but I could maybe see O'Reilly there too.
No, I don't see O'Reilly doing that. I feel like it would
I'm
just be
fine.
trucks.
That would and O'Reilly, this O'Reilly field at Bowman Gray. Remember Martinsville last year? Do you want to see that?
And this year too.
This year wasn't as bad. It wasn't great,
Yeah,
but it
but they
wasn't
all
as
still killed each other.
terrible.
All right. But yeah, there's also some other silly season stuff that has come up that maybe we didn't touch on last week. There's now a rumor that Mike Christopher Jr. might replace Chandler Smith in the 38
I'd like to
truck.
see that. I'd like to see that. He seems like a really good driver.
Yeah, there's a rumor about that. I mean, there's not really much backing to it outside the fact that on video he was seen wearing an FRM hat, but it would be a good fit. And then another big rumor I've seen is that Sammy Smith and Sam Mayer might swap rides.
I've heard
Sam
that
Mayer,
too. I
Sam
don't know.
Mayer, yeah,
I don't know if I like that.
Sam Mayer might be going back to JRM and Sammy might be going to Haas Factory team.
Actually, unlike the Gragson move, I think that's a move where I think kind of all parties benefit from that.
Why do you say so?
Sam Mayer was I do not like him, but he was good at junior. He won a bunch of races for Dale Jr. And that combination coming back together would be at least be better than what Sammy Smith has done the past few years. And Sammy Smith has more funding than Mayer, and he's kind of more of an like if Junior Motorsports and Dibs are the A rides, Haas is an A minus ride, and he's kind of more of an A minus ride talent. So I think that kind of ride makes a little more sense for him than a Junior Motorsports ride does.
Yeah. Yeah, and there are some but yeah, there's some other topics that we can mention, like the fact that Daniel Dye is going to Jordan Anderson Racing
That's
part-time.
nuts. That was nuts to hear.
You got me on that one. That let's just hope we don't get canceled for that now.
Yeah,
All right. There's also Avant replacing Credit One Bank as the official credit card in
I
NASCAR.
saw that.
I will admit I've never heard of Avant. I've never heard of
Oh,
it, but
neither have I.
good for them. Steve Park is driving the pace car this week
That's
in the
good.
Cup race. Yeah, like I'm glad Steve Park is still around. I mean, I really would love to see Steve Park jump back in like a truck or ARCA or even a wheel and modified. Oh yeah, the wheel and modifieds are going to back to New Hampshire this week. And if you don't know about the wheel and modifieds at New Hampshire, those guys race like it's a super speedway there. It's like Daytona or
Ooh,
Talladega for them.
that that'd be
It
a good show.
is it is a lot of fun. I saw Bonsignor coming back to the series after missing a bunch of races, and he's got Dollar Tree sponsoring him. There's never usually corporate sponsors in the Whelen Modified series.
Well,
So
good for that series to that one.
yeah, Luke Baldwin's also coming back for that one. A few other guys I know are going to be in that race, so that's going to be a fun race, I believe.
How about yeah,
And
to on a serious note about the die move, I'm fairly excited. It seems he's a pretty good plate racer. Say what you will about him off the track. I have my opinions of him, but he's not the worst driver, and I think he could do something in that Colorado Super Speedway.
yeah, I agree. He definitely can. I mean, and I think it would be good to end on this last topic here because this is one that has this will be the last topic of this video that really should be discussed. Corey Heim will not be eligible for Rookie of the Year in 2027.
That's ridiculous, in my opinion.
I could see multiple different sides to it though,
Yeah, I can see it, but like, come
because
on.
he's kind of already proven himself as a cup driver. Like he's won two races. Like you can like people can look at that and say, "Oh, he's proven himself. He's better than a rookie." But and just for the record, this rule apparently started this year or might have been started last year, one of the two.
I I don't get it personally, but I'm not. I'm sure there's a reason they made that call.
Yeah, they probably just wanted to avoid guys running too many cup races beforehand because you may remember Gragson ran a lot of cup races
What did
and so
Gragson Gibbs SVG all kind of did?
Ty Gibbs as well. So like I think they just want the reward to go to people who haven't run many cup races because I mean at the end of the day some of these guys with the amount of starts they have they've before running a full year it's adds up to almost half a half a season. I mean,
Yeah,
this rule is also going to apply to Austin Hill if
it,
as long as he goes full time.
yeah, I don't. I'm okay with setting a hard quota. I just kind of wish they did it. If the owners knew about it last year, then I'm fine with it. But I don't like
Yeah.
if this was sprung on because I know did from what I saw, then Toyheim didn't seem to know about it. I
Yeah.
kind of wish they said it, but I'm fine. I'm very okay with a hard line in the sand for that.
Yeah, it's just that they should have made it more clear. Like in my opinion, I think Heim should be allowed to run for Rookie of the Year. I'm not exactly sure about Austin Hill because though he's run a lot of races.
Oh, for a few years too.
So that's where I kind of draw the line. I mean, I know Trevor Bayne, before this rule was implemented in 2015, he was not allowed to run for Rookie of the Year because they said he had ran way too many cup races. I mean, his total, I think, was more than a full season.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't let him be rookie of the year then.
Yeah, I know that was when Brett Moffitt won Rookie of the Year over De Benedetto. So, like, I'm leaning towards wanting to let Heim for Rookie of the Year, but I can understand the reasoning.
Yeah, me too.
It's just,
But
it's just,
I don't. Listen, I don't. I'm not much of an insider. I don't know.
neither am I.
Maybe everyone knew about this going in, and they made that call anyways. But if they didn't, I don't like it.
Denny Hamlin, I know, did say that he did not know. I mean,
I don't like that.
if someone was going to find out in the rule book, it was going to be Trackhouse because you remember they were the ones who played they were the ones who played the game with the open exemption
Yeah, I remember that.
provisional with Helio Castroneves, and they seem to have also played that rule with Connor Zilisch by not having him only run like three cup races
Yeah,
last year.
yeah, 3-4, I think.
Yeah, so they kind of played that rule last year too. And it seems like Front Row is probably going to play that role with Lane Riggs because they,
I could see exactly an 11 race top schedule for Raids next year.
no, I don't think so.
I
I don't
think
think it would
I
be that many.
don't know if I
And
could see a world where that happens, but I don't know.
Corey Heim, by the way, has also been a bit more open to running 67 in Cup next year.
I think if I'm going for the 11, I basically made the 67 full time. Like same crew chief, same pit crew, same driver. I basically just have that be the team running 38 races a year.
And no, I'm not even advocating for this because of the meme. It's just that I feel like the number just better suits him.
Yeah, and he's already built a brand in it.
Like, yeah, he's the brand is around him running that number. So like, does it and the brand is around him. So like, does he really need to change to 35? I mean, Riley
If
Herbst has
he
kind of made that his number.
if he was running 14th every race, then I could see it. But he has 2 wins already.
Yeah, it's just that this is his brand. I hope they do end up going with
Me too.
67. But without further ado, guys, that's going to be the end of this episode. We will see you guys again next week after New Hampshire. We'll have most likely another new guest coming on. So we'll see you guys then, and hope you guys all have
Listen,
a good rest of your day.
yeah, thank you all for listening. Adam, thank you as always for having me on the show. It's been great getting to talk all things Richmond and New Hampshire with you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Yep, we'll see you guys then.